Jar of Marble Dwellers and Jar of Marble Curious. My name is Linda and this is Jar of Marbles. And I'm Bob. Hello, Bob. It's good to see you. Good to see you. The genesis of self-development. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about personal development. This is going to be great, isn't it? It is, Bob. The genesis of self-development can be traced back to ancient civilizations where the pursuit of personal growth and improvement was deeply entwined with philosophy, spirituality, and societal norms. The earliest roots of self-development are found in ancient Western and Eastern traditions where individuals sought to cultivate virtues, wisdom, and mastery over the self. One of the key aspects of personal development is setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. These are known as SMART goals, and we've talked about this before in another episode, and they can help you plan your actions, track your progress, and evaluate your outcomes. SMART goals can also motivate you to overcome challenges, learn new skills, and I think most importantly, grow as a person. In ancient Greece, philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle emphasized the importance of self-knowledge and virtue. Socrates famously stated, "Know thyself," encouraging individuals to engage in introspection and self-examination. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics explored the idea of eudaimonia or flourishing, which could be achieved through the development of character and the pursuit of a virtuous life. The Greeks believed that personal growth was key to living a good, meaningful life. My pet mouse, Elvis, died today. He was caught in a trap. Best personal growth quotes by famous people. Let's begin by reading one of the best personal development quotes. "Investment in knowledge pays the best interest." Benjamin Franklin. Our time is limited and how wisely we spend it would determine our upcoming future. It would affect you and those around you. Why not invest in personal growth? It takes you to a different level as far as confidence, your skills and knowledge are concerned. We have carefully compiled the best ever personal growth quotes by famous leaders. Best personal growth quote, another one by Moko Koma Mokonoana. Yes, I know, pronounced fabulously. And anyway, it is impossible to become the best version of yourself if you do not read, exercise, and meditate. Another by Anacor Daniel, "Sell yourself by offering what you have into the heart of your followers, even for free, because in the process of time, it will pave way for financial profit." Facing the fear of rejection and humiliation is critical for self-growth, and no one is ever happy or content until they venture outside themselves to learn what dwells in other people's hearts. That by Kilroy Oldster. The mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets and the more it can expand. And this is by Idowu Koyinakan. We won't grow and learn doing what we've always done and thinking about what we've always thought. We need to move beyond our comfort zones. We need to engage with new and different if we want to expand ourselves. And this by Kirok Brost. I mean, some of these names, I'll tell you what, I'm doing my best, and please forgive if I'm doing an absolutely shocking job, which is something I'm pretty famous for. You're welcome. Really? Yeah. And by Bob Proctor, "See yourself living in abundance and you will attract it." It always works. It works every time with every person. Now, this is something that I believe in. The more I look at it, the more I practice it, think it, write it, say it, do it. Yes! See myself in the surroundings I want, the kind of furniture I really like, the colour on the walls, the rugs, the wooden floors, for example. Think about the things you quite fancy. Well, yes, I have a nice home, but my taste is changing, simplifying. What, no furniture? No, to what is truly comfortable. And Bob, what speaks to me. For sure. Think of the things that make you feel happy. Yes. And work towards it. Hell, yes. I'm talking about keeping it in your mind's eye, that which you want to achieve. All a part of your personal development is all wrapped up in our goals, our dreams and thoughts that support us, and obviously how much money we have, etc., in order to make certain dreams come true. But we can certainly work towards it. So it is personal development is all wrapped up in our goals and the thoughts that support us, not defy us or knock hope on the noodle.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get it.
Meanwhile,
Back in the jungle?
no, Bob, this time in Eastern tradition, self-development was a core element of spiritual practice. In Confucianism, the concept of cultivation was central to moral development and the harmony of society. Confucius taught that personal growth was a lifelong process rooted in the cultivation of virtues such as benevolence, wisdom, and righteousness. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the journey of self-realization and enlightenment was pursued through practices like meditation, mindfulness, and self-discipline. The Renaissance period in Europe sparked a revival of individualism and personal exploration, with humanists such as Erasmus and Michael de Montaigne advocating for self-improvement through education and reflection. The Enlightenment further expanded these ideas as thinkers like John Locke and Immanuel Kant championed the power of reason and the autonomy of individuals in shaping their destinies.
Immanuel Kant. Now there's a name.
It's a good name.
Immanuel Kant, help you right now.
In the 20th century, self-development took on a new form with the rise of psychology and modern self-help movements. Psychologists like Carl Jung and Abraham Maslow delved into concepts such as self-actualization, personal growth, and the development of the unconscious mind.
Can I go for a sleep now?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs proposed that self-actualization, the fulfillment of one's potential, was the pinnacle of human development.
It's quite complicated, isn't it?
Not really, Bob. Now try to keep up.
Yeah, okay.
The modern self-help movement, popularised in the mid-20th century, democratised access to personal development tools and techniques. Figures like Dale Carnegie, Norman Vincent Peale, Tony Robbins brought concepts of positive thinking, motivation and goal setting to the masses. Norman Vincent Peale, I read his book, The Power of Positive Thinking, when I was something like 15, and my mind was blown. But it did open up my mind. It made sense to me. It was beyond anything that was being taught, or there was no one speaking like that. So today, self-development is a global phenomenon with an emphasis on continuous learning, mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and personal transformation.
People want to know more, don't they?
Yes, they do. And many, many of us are asking different questions, questioning societal form strategies that just don't work. Working on ourselves is the best investment ever. You will be you for a long time. So make sure that you're making yourself the best for you, and the rest will follow assuredly.
Oh, yeah!
That's right, Bob. Yes. In essence, the genesis of self-development is rooted in the ancient desire for wisdom, virtue, and self-mastery, evolving over time into a holistic approach to personal growth that continues to resonate across cultures and generations. And over the years, there have been many authors that have made an impression and have educated me and helped in many ways. And it's helped me with my daughters, with friends. It's helped me to be able to find possible solutions or another take on something that may have them feeling cornered. We can't always get our answers from our friends, associates. Our own development, our personal development is totally up to ourselves. And this has been a quest for myself for years, as it will always be. For anyone listening that would like a list of recommended reading, be it audio or otherwise, I am happy to list here or send by email. My address is in the notes. Jared Marble's podcast, all one word, all lowercase, @gmail.com. And I'll send you some titles and authors to follow up on if you're interested. It's been a mammoth game changer for me. Many of us are not loved enough by any stretch and not given the support needed. Me being one of those people, I self-educated, and it was decided that while I am a bit of a goof,
Clearly.
but I do care about feeling good genuinely and want to share that.
Yeah, you are a considerate girl.
Thanks, Bob.
That's okay.
Many moons ago, when I was around 26, I was introduced to a book called You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. At the time, I discovered a lump in my breast, and I was really alarmed, as most of us are when that happens. There was no one to talk to about And so, or ask questions. So I went to the doctor, and that was about as informative and kind as watching paint dry. I was put on some heavy duty antibiotics, and eventually, after a mammogram and further investigation, it all settled down. We weren't hearing about breast cancer back then. Well, it wasn't mainstream back then. Our level of education on a public stage was nil and void. I wanted answers, and a friend suggested this book and said that he felt that I would get a lot out of it. And he wasn't wrong. It was the beginning for me to find more information, dig deeper for a different line of thought rather than mainstream religious education, mainstream anything. In fact, I fell off the mainstream track and have never resumed position.
No, you haven't, have you? No.
No. So, if you've read any of Louise Hay's books, you know what I'm talking about. So, what if this is a new concept for you? What does that look like? Personal development at 60 for a woman can be an empowering and deeply reflective journey. I have to stress this at any age, really, but at this stage of my own wee changing life, it's often about embracing change, enhancing self-awareness and focusing on meaningful growth.
Oh, yes, we do like meaningful growth.
Abso-bloody-lutely. Here's how personal development may manifest at this age. Well, as I say, in any age or another stage. It's rediscovering purpose. I mean, when I look back, how many different times I've rediscovered my purpose, changed, my career, or turned a new road after decades of family, career, and other responsibilities. Many women at 60 find themselves reflecting on what truly fulfills them. It's common to explore new or rekindled passions, whether it's through volunteering, hobbies, or creative endeavours. This phase is often about redefining purpose in ways that align with inner values and experiences rather than external expectations. Health often becomes a priority in a new way. Many women focus on maintaining physical vitality through activities like yoga, walking, or fitness tailored to their body's needs. I know now that I'm 63, a stately good age, may I say, a stately good age. That's right, Bob. Emotionally, you are old. I know. Okay, Bob. Emotionally, there's often a shift toward nurturing mental health, letting go of stresses, and embracing mindfulness practices. It has been a practice of mine for quite some time, but it feels like it's more clear and super sensible to get jiggy with it. The goal for every day is about staying vibrant and feeling good.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's correct, Bobo boy. Personal development can mean redefining relationships both with others and oneself. Many women in their 60s may reevaluate friendships, family ties, and romantic partnerships, aiming to cultivate more authentic, supportive, and meaningful connections. At the same time, there's often a greater focus on self-compassion and self-love. It could be finding deeper forgiveness and acceptance to be able to keep certain relationships in our lives. But it has to be something you can live with. It has to be your choice. The choice is, it's key.
Oh, you have the key to my heart.
Well, that's a bit romantical.
I know.
Lifelong learning is a hallmark of personal development, and in our 60s is no exception, whether it's taking up a new skill.
Love the notion of a new skill or hobby.
Yeah, me too. I admire it. Going back to school or travelling, or maybe you want to discover different cultures.
Oh, yeah, travel.
Many women choose to stay intellectually curious and challenge their minds. This openness to growth keeps the spirit energized. Oh boy, does it. But I've got to stress, as I'm describing this from a 60 plus point of view, this can be applied to any time in your life. I could apply this at various stages of my life, in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Hell, you're old. Shush, Bobby boy. With 6 decades of experience, personal development also means embracing the changes life brings with grace, whether it's dealing with empty nesting, retirement, or evolving roles. At this age, many women think about the legacy they want to leave behind.
Well, yeah, 'cause you're old as buggery.
Well, that's right, Bob, yes.
I mean, like, really, really old.
Correct?
You don't care, do you?
Nope. It's good to be focusing on the values that you've instilled in others, the impact that you've made, and the wisdom that you want to share.
Yeah, forever interesting. Wow, older women. Bet you're glad you're one of them.
I sure am, Bob. You're so right. For some, personal development in our 60s includes a deeper spiritual journey. This could be a continuation of long held beliefs or an exploration of new spiritual practices. Many women focus on inner peace, mindfulness, and the search for a deeper connection with themselves and the world around them. It is profoundly interesting, and that wealth of knowledge and experience keeps life, well, a little bit orgasmic.
Oh, steady on.
Get a grip, Bob. I'd say personal development at 60, and this has to apply to all aspiring women of any age who are consciously edging out a profoundly deeper and more meaningful life. We get to say what it is. For the woman who is about deepening self-awareness, maintaining physical and emotional well-being, embracing relationships, and continuously growing intellectually and spiritually, it is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment that doesn't stop with age, but evolves in beautiful, meaningful ways. Oh, shit, yes! The shift from organised religion to personal spiritual growth has been accelerating in recent years as more individuals question traditional religious institutions and seek a more personalised, meaningful connection with the divine or with life's deeper questions. This trend, known as the rise of the spiritual but not religious movement, reflects a broader societal transformation where people increasingly value individual exploration and direct experience over adherence to established doctrines. Even the words established doctrines gives me the willies.
Yeah, me too.
Several factors have contributed to this surge. One of the most prominent is the growing disillusionment with religious institutions.
Do you think my ears are drooping?
No, Bob. What's this with your ears?
Well, I just think they're sort of looking a little bit uneven.
No, your lobes are fine. With religions, universally, scandals, perceived hypocrisy, rigid dogmas and the exclusion of certain groups has led many of us to feel that organised religion is not addressing their deeper needs for, connection, community, or answers to existential questions.
Yeah, no shit.
For some, the strict boundaries and rituals of religion feel restrictive and out of sync with their evolving values and modern-day challenges.
I'm sure my earlobes are longer than last week.
In contrast, spirituality offers a more fluid and adaptable approach to personal growth. It encourages exploration without the constraints of institutional authority.
See, it's that word, authority.
Yeah, me too. No flow there.
Yeah, very mad-made. It gives me shivers on my shivers.
I know. If we as a society are allowing individuals who are allowing themselves to blend various practices and beliefs.
Oh, yeah, you nearly buggered that up.
I did?
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to get attention about my droopy earlobes.
Oh, Bob. Meditation, mindfulness, yoga, and alternative healing modalities have surged in popularity, offering people a way to cultivate inner peace, awareness, and a sense of purpose. I just do that in my garden, really. These are all paths. Paths are fab because they lead you to many experiences and they form your own personal belief systems that work for you. These practices align with a growing emphasis on mental health and wellness, bridging the gap between the psychological and the spiritual. Very interested in that. And moreover, the digital age has become a significant role in the shift with access to diverse spiritual teachings and philosophies from around the world at their fingertips. Individuals can curate their own spiritual paths. Social media, podcasts.
Yeah, podcasts. Are we famous yet?
No, Bob, we're lingering out in the cosmos, hoping to make a difference.
Now, that feels kind of famous.
Yeah, okay, Droopy. I thought it was quite good. Also worth mentioning, online communities foster a global exchange of ideas, encouraging more open-minded and personalised spiritual journeys.
We're a community, aren't we? We're marble dwellers. I'm a marble dweller.
Yes, for true. We are a community as marble dwellers. That is definitely an aim that is taken and is taking shape. Another driver of this movement is the desire for authenticity and self-discovery. As societal norms evolve, people are more focused on inner transformation and living a life aligned with their true selves, especially emotionally too. We've learnt so much about emotional health in the last decade, and spiritually, often devoid of strict dogma, allows for greater self-expression and encourages individuals to engage in a process of ongoing personal evolution. I like that.
Me too.
I really do. This departure from organised religion doesn't necessarily mean a rejection of the divine, but rather a redefinition of how one connects with it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too, Bob. For many, the journey towards spiritual growth is about finding harmony, balance, and connection, both within themselves and with the world around them. In this way, spirituality becomes a lifelong path of learning, exploration, and self-empowerment, as opposed to a set of rules to follow. It speaks to the universal human need for meaning and belonging, with the flexibility to evolve with the times, making it more appealing to those seeking a deeper, more personal relationship with the mysteries of life.
So being selfish is actually important.
Yes, from another kind of perspective, we can experience burnout and overwhelm, and it usually creeps in when we're not looking.
The selfish bit?
Yes, exactly, Bob. Being selfish has had bad press. Being selfish, looking after self, is actually necessary for our well-being. Yeah,
That's right.
that's right, indeed. We bother to develop ourselves because growth and self-improvement are central to living a fulfilling life. And here are some key reasons why personal development is important. Your sense of purpose and achievement, challenging the narratives together, our spirituality, our well-being in all facets, gives us a voice.
Yes, a voice.
It's okay to represent ourselves. It's okay to be heard and seen, and hell, even rock the boat. That's what I reckon. Ooh. Increase self-awareness. Through a self-development, we better understand who we are, what we want, and what truly matters to us. With life constantly changing, it is helpful for us to learn how to be more adaptable to challenges. It then helps us to have better relationships. Personal development often involves improving communication, empathy,
Self-esteem?
yeah, these qualities positively impact how we interact with not only others, but how we are with ourselves in regard to our personal development, leading to stronger, healthier relationships. And again, most importantly, with ourselves. Then there's that increased sense of fulfillment and happiness.
Why can it be difficult to develop ourselves?
Well, why the benefits of self-development are clear, it can be challenging for several reasons. If we get caught in the old nugget of the fear of failure, catch-22. Growth requires stepping outside of our comfort zones, which can trigger fear of failure. The risk of making mistakes or not reaching the goals can make development feel daunting, but we all know it is through making mistakes that we learn so much. We grow enormously. We are creatures of habit, and breaking ingrained routines, while it is hard, change demands effort, and old habits tend to pull us back into familiar. But without a clear plan or goal, it's easy to lose focus and motivation. Personal development requires sustained effort, and without a strong why, staying committed can really be tough.
Now, what about impatience and unrealistic expectations?
Good question, Bob. Personal growth is a long-term process, but we often expect quick results, and when progress feels slow, it's easy to get discouraged and sort of to give up. I'm in my 60s, and as far as I can see, I will be up to my neck in personal development for the rest of my life. It's most definitely a chosen lifestyle, the emphasis being on choosing. I choose it and will continue to. So there's no time to be discouraged. It will unfold with consistency. Setting clear goals. It seems obvious, but how many of us sit down and think about it, take notes on what those goals actually are, what you want them to be, not from a space of I have nothing, but how can I get anything? It's just plain old thinking about it and writing them down, looking at them a lot, adjust, and just keep them in your mind. And a quote from Winston Churchill, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." And that's what it is. Just keep going. And, things will fall off the table and things will break and, you will feel discouraged. I guess the important thing is just to sort of know that it's normal, that personal growth is a journey, and acknowledging incremental success keeps your motivation high. That is really important, that one. Personal development is built on consistent habits, just keeping them a part of your routine or making a part of your routine. And growth comes from trying, learning and adapting, and that will just, be trying, learning and adapting. And this quote from Lao Tzu, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We've heard of that one. Another one from Buddha, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserves your love and affection. I absolutely love that. And that brings us to the end.
The end, the end, the end. Why is it the end?
I think we may have overstayed our welcome a little bit, but most importantly, I wanted to thank those that have joined us. I appreciate you so much, and thank you to those that are emailing me and asking for particular subjects to speak about. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, I do too.
So say good day to the family for me, give the draft horse a pat, and we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then, bye.
Bye.